Charlotte's Search, Part 3, The Sin of the Parent. Written by Simone Leigh. Narrated by Brian Meslar. Richard. Michael appears at the door of the conference room, wandering into my office, musing over some document he holds. Who is Edward Haswell? James and I exchange startled glances. Edward Haswell, I say. He was my father. Why would you ask? Because, according to this, he holds up the document. 40 years or so back, Beth's uncle Albert was in business with one Edward Haswell. I stand without the intervention of my brain, all but snatching the yellowed paper from his hand. Let me see that. A smile plays around his mouth. It's news to you, I take it? Good God, yes. I'd no idea there was any link between Elizabeth's family and mine. I flip through the pages, speed reading as I go. Frances and James are also both standing. Frances, indifferent perhaps to her position as my PA, is trying not to seem too intrigued. James, with no such qualms, is simply leaning in, trying to look over my shoulder. "It is the same Edward Haswell, I suppose?" he asks. "Yes," I reply. "Just from what I can see here, this is a reference to my father's company." I flick back to the cover page, which crackles with age. What date? My mind spins. At this time, I was 15 or 16 at the time. I pace the room, dredging for the memory. I must have met him, surely. I'm muttering to myself, but everyone is listening. "Really?" says James. "Can you remember him?" I'm shaking my head, as though the movement will dislodge the memory. No, but I was effectively apprenticed to my father by then. He made sure I met all his business contacts. I must have met him. Then to Michael. "Is there any more like this?" He jerks his head back to the conference room. "Sure, there's a crate load of it, in one of the wooden boxes Beth brought back. It all looks like business records." "May I see that? Would you mind?" asks James, gesturing at the document in my hand. "Of course, yes. No better. Frances, can you make 5 copies of this and whatever else comes out of that crate that seems relevant? We'd better allow for the originals being ready to fall into dust. How much is there of it, Michael?" "As I said, a crate load." "Frances?" "I'll be right on it, Richard." She prizes the aged document from my fingers. "If there's so much information, I'll get one of the office girls to come in." Michael hesitates. "Yes?" "Might I suggest that if you are going to use staff for this, you choose carefully who does the work? Remember where we started this conversation." Gloom settles as I remember the original point of our meeting.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?